Shoma Gang and Injani. It is your girl Mamelo back on this Monday morning thing. And no, don't do it. Do not check the time. It is morning somewhere in the world. Do you guys like my crazy blonde hair? Huh? So last week we were speaking about investing in yourself. We were talking about loving what you do, right? All of us have talents. All of us have gifts. All of us have things that we would rather do on a daily basis and have that pay our bills. So we're going to talk about a little about how to make that happen, right? So this is basically how my life is run right now. I have a job. I do a 9 to 5. What I do on the side, what I love, is considered extramurals. But this is why, right? At this point, I'm not at a place yet, I think, where my skills are so on point, for lack of better phrasing, that I can say that screw Babylon, I'm going to live on my gift, right? That's why we were talking about enjoying what you do. And so what do I do to get to a place where I am valued in the area of my gifting? Because right now, how it works is I'm valued in the area of my skill, right? So I came into an interview room. They said to me, we see that you have these skills. We want to offer you this much. We think that this particular skill that you have is worth this much. Do you like it? I thought about it. I said yes. And so because I said yes, they've bought it. They've bought that skill. They've bought my time. So when I get a salary at the end of the month, it means that for the 30 days that I worked, I belonged to them, right? I give them a skill, they give me a money, right? So they're like, because you took this certain amount of money from us, we own you for 8 hours of your day because we want this skill from you. So you belong to us. We were buying your skill. We were buying your time. So I'm at a place right now where my time belongs to Babylon. I like putting it that way. Where my time belongs to Babylon. Why? Because I sold it to them, right? And they wanted it. Obviously, they wouldn't buy it if it wasn't valuable to them, if they didn't want it. So what more if you invest in your gifting to the point where people want to meet with you and say, you have something that we want. Let us see how we can negotiate. We are willing to pay for it. You can only get to that place if you consistently work at your craft. The reason I'm not great or amazing in my giftings is because all my time is spent where? Working in this space where I have sold this particular skill that I have. So all my attention and all my time is spent at refining this skill, at perfecting this skill, at making the buyers of my skill and time happy. So if you're working at the other skill, the gifting, and making it into a skill, that begins to set you apart. Because clearly within the interview process, there were other skilled people, right? And out of them, there was something that my employer liked. And they're like, out of the skilled people that we have here, this one is set apart because of A, B, C, D. And that's why we're going to buy her skill. And that's why we want her time. And so I actually didn't realize that it worked like this, because the more you're at work, the more you're at work. And the more you work, the better you get at your work. So even subconsciously, whether you like it or not, if you do something enough times, you get great at it. So now we're at a place where we're realizing we've got value, right? We are investing time and resources in that value that we realized we had. This is done by aligning yourself with people of like mind, not people that dim your light, people that make you want to grow. I like being around people that I feel dumb around. It's a really bad way to say it, but every time I'm around people that I feel like they're smarter than me, I know I'm always learning and I know I'm always growing continuously. So we do that by surrounding ourselves with the correct type of people. We then do it by looking at our time and how we spend it. Because if you think about it, if I'm paid a certain amount of money for my skill and time, that means that my time is worth a certain amount of money between Monday and Friday. So you do that. You spend your time wisely because clearly it's worth money. So if you're spending it doing things that aren't planting into your future, you might want to rethink that. And then thirdly, you spend time refining that craft. You spend time refining that craft to the point that whatever it is that you're gifted in, if anybody wants someone in that field, in that sector, in that skill set, they think of you first. And that's how you become a value. That's how you make your gift a value. And that's how you start having your gift provide for you. What inspired this line of thought was a friend of mine called me. I do poetry, among the many, many million of things that I do. I'm a poet. A friend of mine asked me, so how much do you charge to speak at an event, to recite, to share? I couldn't answer him. I hated that. I couldn't answer him. In fact, it freaked me out. And so that's what inspired today's chat. So the very same friend, actually, a few weeks ago asked me what my plan for the rest of the year was, and I couldn't answer him. And these are things that make me uncomfortable because we claim to be living on purpose. We claim to be purposeful people, but actually we're just moving through the motions. As life is moving, so are we. So let's focus on those things this week, guys. Let's see how we can have our environment actually reflect our true value. I love you guys. I really hope you don't get mad at me because it's not the morning in South Africa. Have a blessed one.